Hello, YouTube. If you're watching this, you are out looking for a do-it-yourself tap delay pedal that will work in conjunction with a delay pedal that you can hook up to your guitar and or any other instrument that can use one of these. There are some prefab delay pedals that are available on the market. I know there's one by Boss that'll go for about $50 Canadian. I personally just couldn't justify spending $50 on a basically something that is meant to complete my circuit. That's how one of these things will work. There's a lot of resources online that will show you how to build your own. They're great. That's what I was looking at doing. Unfortunately, my roadblock to doing something like that was that I live in Canada and we no longer have Radio Shack in Canada. It's been replaced by The Source, and they don't have the same small electronic selection that Radio Shack has. So for me to find a lot of the components required for one of these pedals, I would have had to order them online and pay outrageous shipping and brokerage fees and all that crap. So I had to look for a way to get around that. And this is how I did it. This is my do-it-yourself tap delay pedal. Very ghetto version here. It is a garbage disposal switch that will take the place of your momentary open switch, your interrupter, some wire, and your 1/4-inch jack here. So how this thing works. A garbage disposal switch, how it works, when it's not being pressed, your circuit is open. So therefore, the circuit itself isn't completing. So there's no electrical current running through it. They use these on the garbage disposal so that when you walk away from your switch, the disposal doesn't keep running, and you go back later and stick your hand in the disposal and remove your hand in the process. By electrical code in Canada, these are required. So you can find one of these. I mean, I got mine from Lowe's because I work there, but really any hardware store that has an electrical department will carry these in Canada. So a place like Home Depot, Rona, Home Hardware, I think even Canadian Tire might carry them, but I've never looked, so don't quote me there. So as soon as you push down on this guy, the circuit is completed. Let go, it automatically springs back to the open position. So that is how you actually set the delay time for your delay pedal. I have some 24 gauge solid strand copper wire that I got from The Source. I was working on a project that I already had enough of this wire lying around. Really, you could use anything. You could even use paper clips if you really wanted to. I wouldn't suggest going that route, but those would work. So, and then just your 1/4-inch jack. This one is a stereo. As you can see, it's got 3 little prongs there instead of 2. So yeah, but I had this lying around from another project. So the only thing I had to actually go out and buy was my switch. It cost like 10 bucks. And hey, there you go. Do-it-yourself tap delay pedal. So I'm just going to basically run over how I set it up, because that would help. As you can see, there's two terminals on the side, 2 brass screws. And that is what your wire is attached to. You're going to wire it just like you would a regular electrical outlet. So if down the road you decide that you want to install your own outlet, this is how you do it. You strip your wire back. I stripped mine probably about 1.25 inches, maybe a little less than that, so that just the wire is exposed. And you want to make a little hook with your wire. And that hook is going to go around the screw. Then you're going to tighten the screw in, which will push the wire against this back brass bracket that you can see there. And that'll keep your wire in place. Exact same thing with the bottom. Really, really easy. And now you know how to install a light switch. From there, you want to run this top terminal to your 1/4-inch jack. And if you have this little down part facing you, you're going to run it to the switch all the way on the right. So, as I point this at you, you're going to run it to that guy right there. I have it marked with a black dot. Then the this bottom terminal, you want to run it to the one right next door. So for me, that was the one right in the middle. If you're working with a mono jack, which is probably the easiest way to go, I believe those only have the 2 terminals on the top rather than the 3, which this one has. Then it's just a matter of trial and error. Really, it takes 2 seconds. There's only like, what, 4 possibilities that it could be? No, there's only 2 possibilities. I've always sucked at math. So that's how that works. And I'm just going to show you that this actually does work. So to show you, I have my little Behringer delay pedal, which has the tap delay function. Just going to hook it up here. These are what I use in my pedal board. They're like little 6-inch, 90-degree angle jacks. They're great. I suggest anyone that's running multiple pedals get something like this. You know, I got a pedal board made up of 15 different pedals. So I'm kind of pressed for space, and these are a lifesaver. I got mine from Long McQuade. Pretty sure any music store would carry them. So I'm just going to plug this into the tempo slot on my pedal. So if I hold this up here, you can see that red flashing light that flashes every few seconds. That is the time that it takes for the delay to echo, if that makes sense. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So if I take my little switch here and I press it really fast, that'll greatly increase the response time of your delay. See how my red light's flicking quicker? And if I press this much slower, slows it down, and even slower than that. There we go, super long delay. So again, from there, it'll speed it up really quick. And there we go. Beauty. So that's how that works. Great, $10 for that. The only thing that you're lacking is the housing, but there's so many different things you could do for your housing. I would suggest if you can't find anything lying around your house, go into the local like Salvation Army, Value Village, anything like that. Sure, a dollar store must have something. What I'm planning on using, I have, for some reason, I still have my iPod Touch case from my first generation iPod. It was lying around. Basically the perfect size, if you can see that there. So that's what I'm going to use. It's going to be about the same size as the Boss pedal, maybe a little bit longer. It's made out of cardboard, which is a downside, but it's a really solid cardboard. It's not like the typical crap. So I'm really not worried about it breaking because I'm not mean to my pedals. I'm not jumping on them or stomping heavily. The only thing you might want to do if you're using something like this, if you happen to have one of these lying around for some god-awful reason, is once you paint it, get a clear coat of automotive spray seal. They'll sell that at almost any place that sells paint, I think. I know for a fact I got some from Canadian Tire, but Walmart would have it, Zellers would have it, or if anyone in the States is watching this, any place that's going to have any type of automotive section too. I don't think Lowe's carries it, but like I said, Walmart would carry it. I don't think Kmart would, but I don't know. I haven't been to a Kmart in years. So that's that. Really simple. If you have any questions, comment below. I'm on YouTube pretty much every day, so I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. Whew. Thanks for watching.